Good evening, chat. I managed to place myself on the table for this stream. I haven't done any React videos before. I think this is what they're called, right? But I think it would be an interesting change of content. I see a lot of people do these where they're watching various car crash compilations on YouTube. I've never done this before, so I don't even know what to expect. Why do people even watch these? I think it's like a modern horror, right? Because it can happen to anyone. Like, you can just drive, and all of a sudden some weirdo decides to crash into you. Not gonna lie, I don't have a driving permit, so I'm not even planning to get one. I just don't need it. Like, if I don't need something, I'm not gonna get it. That's the cope. But my wife is getting it, and my wife has really slow and sluggish reflexes, so watching these types of videos may actually traumatize me. Anyway, let's see what we get. We have a variety of content here. Insane car crashes compilation, best of USA and Canada. What does it mean, like, best? Like, which part of this is best? Like, you probably don't want to be any of these guys, right? V, you need to have a cave for your troll, a table made of stones, a prehistoric mic. That's actually a good idea. I should start improving on my layout, because I got it from an artist a while back, and I haven't updated it in a while. The man from Texas, I'm sorry, but the Italian communist song is good. Today's communists are shit. What, are you talking about the Ciao Bella thing? Alright. Let's look at the best of car crashes 2025, see what we get. What do people say in the comment section, though? Oh, you can actually send your dashcam videos there. These videos convince me that people would rather wreck than let someone in their lane. I guess it's like when you're watching these videos and you see the car crash, you can say that, well, if I was there, I would have done it differently. But when you're there, like, there's probably like 10,000 events where someone tries to get in your lane and there's no car crash, and so you just get annoyed at some point. You know, like, you let one person in your lane, and then you let two, and then you let 100, and then you let 1,000, and then you're starting to get really pissed off. It's like, why can't these people stay in their lane? If you've beaten a racing game, you can drive. I don't think so. Most of the problem with driving, especially in Romania, with crowded cities and stuff, is that you generally, like, don't see the signs at certain intersections because they're blocked either by trees or by other cars, and if you're in a very crowded city, it can be a little bit annoying. Drive while streaming. Alex Jones does it. I'm not Alex Jones. I'm sorry. So yeah, like let's see. Jesus, like, hold on. This one really makes no sense. Like, this person for no reason whatsoever. Like, is it a technical malfunction? Like, did this car broke? I would understand if a Tesla did it, but, like, for no reason, he just goes into the other guy. Holy shit. It could be that the driver was distracted by the airplane in the distance. I guess. I see what happened here. Yeah. So like, he definitely didn't see, but you're supposed to slow down when you're at intersections, right? So he just didn't see because of the bus, right? So, like, the bus stopped, and this guy just kept on going. What the fuck? no. So like, I don't know how it's like in your country, but in mine we don't have yellow lines. We have white ones. But I assume it's the same idea, right? Like don't cross the line. And this guy doesn't even signal or anything. He just like casually expects to be the king of the road and everyone to allow him to pass. Hello, Tomcat. When they glitch out like that, they're on their phone. I guess that makes sense, yeah. Was this like an intersection where he was allowed to veer left? Because I think like the line may actually cut at the intersection, right? But even so, he genuinely didn't see this guy coming, didn't even like check, didn't even signal. Yeah, this is the Road King. Hello, Sultan. Welcome to the show. Jesus. You see, like, this is one of the things that I believe every single driver is afraid of. Like, you're not doing anything wrong in this situation, right? Like, you're just sitting in your car, and all of a sudden some other asshole comes in, and there's literally nothing you can do. Like, even if the person in the red car was aware, what can you do? Like, you're stuck in traffic, right? And look at the damage. Like if you're in the driving seat, like this impact is strong enough to rip off the entire door of the car. Motormouth, even more disturbing is that general aviation pilots are just as stupid, except thousands of feet above the ground. Yeah, but I guess like the general aviation pilots don't really have this much traffic around them, so you know they have open skies. I get your point. Like it's still really fucked up, but I can see why there isn't that many accidents in the air. Also, they have like tower control, right? They have air control. Hold on a little bit. My chat for some reason just decided to go bye-bye. I think I got an ad or some shit. Oh, okay. Now I see it. Now it's back. All right. Oh, an old lady ran a red light. The hit car got pushed in my front. Old lady tried playing the victim. I think she was a victim after that. What the fuck? Why? I guess like this is what the people in the comments meant when they said some people prefer to car crash rather than to let someone in on their lane. But like, first of all, it happens so fast you may not even notice. And secondly, your mind is probably stuck on what the fuck is that? Like, what are they doing? Are they suicidal? And you would think that no, like obviously there's another person behind the wheel. Like they're not going to crash into you. But you're wrong. It's a truck, you can't slow it down in an instant. I mean, I guess, but if you know like a guy is going to crash into you, you have to slow it down, right? Braking suddenly can lead to loss of control. No, I get it, but if you go into someone, it also leads into a loss of control. Oh my god. What the fuck did this guy do? Hold on, like what the Okay, not this one, the next one. So, he just went in between two trucks. No, like, okay, so, like, I don't know if this guy over here is... I think it's a truck. Because, like, he manages to see this as a little car. So, he goes in between three trucks. Was he playing Need for Speed? Like, even when I play Need for Speed, I don't do these types of things. Holy shit. I mean, this one's a classic. I used to live on top of a intersection. I saw so many of these. It's not even funny. Like usually you get to see once every 2 months. Exactly this. There's people going on the red for no reason. Yeah, same thing here. It's I don't know why people do that. Like, if you see a light, why on earth would you just like try to wing it? Like, I believe that some of the worst car crashes that can happen within city limits happen at intersections where people just run a red light. It's insane. Because, like, the other guy that comes in with the green light, like, he's going to have probably a high speed, right? Because he thinks that no one is going to be dumb enough, and then he meets you. He was running from the cops. That would also be a reasonable excuse. But usually, like, the cops don't... Yeah, like, if you're running from the cops and they do stuff like that, the cops stop chasing you. Because, like, they don't want to endanger the public. So, like, if you do these types of weird maneuvers, the cops stop chasing. It's not like an action movie where they're, like, going to constantly go after you and play it for speed. Unless you're, like, really most wanted. Unless you did, like, something really, really bad. And you're on national TV with the cops running after you. Dude, this is... Imagine being the guy in that car, right? So... You're the guy in this car. And you almost get hit by this one. And you're like, what the fuck? You know, like, you're probably panicking. Like, you almost got hit. And then, you're like, he's probably watching this guy. Like, what the fuck was going on? And bam. I like how the guy who made this has to mention that there were no serious injuries. Apparently, what's happening is that YouTube doesn't... Like it used to be a time in YouTube where you could actually see, like, pedestrians getting hit. And they changed the terms of service, and they don't allow that. They call it shocking content. So this guy that made the compilation has to constantly mention, yeah, well, it's everyone was okay, everyone is fine. It's possible, though, like, most of these compilations are actually taken from people that are fine. But, like, there used to be some of the worst car crashes on that I see on YouTube. Like, things exploding, infernos, catching blades. Especially stuff that contains flammable liquid inside of a massive truck. If that truck would get hit, Jesus. YouTube requires no serious injuries on videos of all time, even if it's cats playing. Yeah. So, like, this guy is probably making sure that the compilation has no serious injuries. Yeah, I mean, this is like one of those things where, like, you know who's to blame, but you kind of understand it in a way. Like, if you gotta... I mean... You gotta change a wheel, right? Even if it's a bridge. Jesus. I guess, like, it depends how long this bridge lasts, right? Like, if it's a narrow road for, like, miles and miles. And he just took a chance, I guess. The fuck? Why? Like, if you're going to commit, at least commit properly. Honestly, we have this thing in Romania where it's like, look, sometimes we understand that people are retarded and they're going to do some road violations, right? But, like, if you're going to do them properly. Like, don't do them slowly and endanger the entire road. Look at this. Look. Right? No, so like someone said they're not okay. No, they are okay. Like he's signaling. Like he does this on purpose, right? He's signaling, goes over here. Like what type of maneuver is this? Is this like the Picard maneuver where he comes out of warp and fires phasers to try and surprise everyone? Well, like congratulations, you surprised this one. And the thing is, like, the person here, right? Like they're not doing anything wrong. Like they're in traffic, they probably can't back away because they have cars behind them. And you have an imbecile like this, right? Because it's like one thing, it's like, okay, if you're suicidal, you're suicidal. You know, Darwin award exists. But what did this guy do? Like, this guy did absolutely nothing wrong, and now he's injured as well. Fucking insane. Oh, an Uber driver. Oh, well, that explains it. Someone was hungry. He had to deliver food. I swear, Uber... people that drive Uber are so lucky that the company doesn't force them to all have the same color, like to all point their car yellows or shit. Because people noticing pattern recognition, like they would definitely stigmatize and hate the living shit out of Uber drivers if that was the case. No, it's not like what I think is happening here. It's not that he doesn't know, right? Like that he didn't went to driving school or get a driving license. I think what's happening is that he wants to make the delivery so he can make another, right? So like he's taking a risk. He probably looked and saw that there's no traffic or some shit, went over all the way over here, and then got hit. Oh, they do in your country? In my country, they don't. Like in my country, they can be whatever. I mean, didn't he see him? No, I think he survived. Like, the speed was really low. Oh, yeah. So, like, all of a sudden, okay, so there was a green light. He's got green light, and all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever. Again, like... you know, in every single car crash, there's a guy that didn't do nothing. Yeah, they do create isekai anime. Holy shit! What the fuck? Wait, what? She's trying to run from the scene of the crime? Or did she lose control of the vehicle? Wait, what the fuck? Okay, so... this makes absolutely no sense. Alright, so like she thought she can make a turn. Alright. So this is a woman. This is insane. Like, this is one of those things where you wonder if people did an IQ test before driving. Hold on, let's... okay, so... no, look at this. This makes no sense, right? So, like, the woman here... like, she was sitting and all of a sudden she decides to make a turn. Doesn't look at this guy. Okay, gets hit. And then goes into this guy. Okay, and at this point you'd think, like, okay, why isn't she hitting the brakes? But instead she decides to get out of the car. And the car is still a danger to the road. What the fuck am I watching? Who is this person? Holy shit. I got someone from Bulgaria, Stefan Yordanovi. If you fear being a driver, a month or so ago, a car drove into a public bus in Bulgaria and killed 2 people. So not driving also comes with a risk. Yeah, but I'm not taking the bus either. I'm taking Uber Eats. Use the arrow keys now. She's black? I don't know if she's black, but like... I think she was Latina. Oh, Jesus. Do we get some with bicyclists? You know, like, the worst thing ever is that you don't get to see bicyclists on YouTube anymore. Because I do believe that there needs to be a lot of displeasure and antagonism that people have towards those that bicycle on the road. Because they're so arrogant. Like, they genuinely think they're the king of the roads. But usually accidents with them ends up with them getting seriously injured. And so you don't get to see them. But back when I used to see them, like on YouTube, when it was allowed, like, man, they did some of the worst driving mistakes that you can possibly imagine. See, I'm actually saying something bad about distorted noise. He has a motorcycle, not a bicycle. Completely different, chat. I mean... To be honest, like, this guy was lucky that he had reflexes. Oh, it's a girl? Okay, well, she definitely had reflexes there. Yeah, if she hadn't hit the brakes, it would have been a lot worse. What the f... Why? Jesus! Holy shit! Like, this one makes no sense. So, okay, they're driving... Oh, they changed lanes. And, like, what is it? Like, is this, like, some sort of... malfunction? Or why would he... Did they try to change lanes too? Pippa is a cyclist. Oh, Pippa gets out of the house now? Do we have, like, car compilations that are racialized? Like, can we get something like Indian drivers? Let's see, hold on. Driving in India. Apparently one of the worst roads in the world is in India. See, the more you know... Holy shit. What the f... How much money, chat? How much would you take in order to drive on this shit? Dude, there's no amount of money you would pay me so that I would do this. If you are scared of death, you shouldn't drive on this truck. Oh, and now what? Wait. One of them has to back up because, like, there's two cars on this road. Ankur Rawat, I mean, you're a fucking hero. What can I say? Look at this shit, chat. It's a skill issue? Ha! Can't they enlarge it? Look at that. Holy shit.
On this deadly battle. We rode along with Anku through the mountains for 3 days to find out.
I gotta say, the journalists as well, I mean, they're probably braver than Anku. Like, at least Anku does this on a yearly basis. They're like, you know what, Anku, like, you look like a good Indian driver. I'm going to sit next to you to make this documentary. If I was sufficiently poor and you offered me enough, not even then, dude. Not even fucking then. I would rather start committing small petty crime. Like, I would go into the petty crime industry rather than to do this shit. Look at this. Okay, so basically, when you're doing this, you can also look to the left, and you can see the people that failed. It's kind of like in Dark Souls, right? Like, this is the Dark Souls of driving. Like, you see the ghosts of the people that failed before. If they can do this, why they're so shit on pay? Well, no, they can't do this. Yaku can do this, right? They're not all Yaku. You need to pay attention, right? Like, they don't say everyone in India is driving here. They're saying Yaku is the driver, right? So, I'm pretty sure Yaku probably drives really well on the pavement as well. Just pointing it out. It's like, look, Yaku, he's the one doing this shit. Oh my god, imagine being in a bus. Wait, they drive buses here? It's like, okay, I'm going to take the bus. Where are you going? The most dangerous place on earth. See, look, I told you. It's the Dark Souls of the truck simulator. Can you imagine driving at night? I don't think they drive at night though. Oh, imagine driving in a storm. Like, what do they do if it's really rainy? Like, do they just wait? Do they wait for the storm to pass? Because I think like that's the only option, right? There's a guy that does aggressive truck simulator driving. Why driving on India roads is unimaginable. Okay, wait. This would explain a lot. Like, if someone drives on Indian roads for their entire life, and then comes to an American place and drives over there, they may not have all the skills required. So let's see what it's like to drive on Indian roads. What the? Okay. I mean, now like this isn't that bad. All right, so it's a very cramped road. Okay, that they're walking four of them, and one of them got bumped a little bit, right? She's got scared, but like it's can happen. Obviously, like at this point, I don't even know who's to blame, and I'll tell you why. I think like they are to blame, right? But like the road is bad because there's cars parked on the left, cars parked on the right. They have nowhere to go. Like they're forced to go on the street because there's no sidewalk. And so like they have to go on this part, and this other guy bumped gently into them, probably not wanting to. So like in theory they're to blame because they're walking on the street. And this guy tried to avoid them. But in the other way, they shouldn't be on the street, right? So, like, the guys parking are the ones that are actually at fault. Because, like, they should have the sidewalk. The thing that I like the most about Muslim women, and I noticed this in England as well, like, the whole reason for wearing the burqa and the hijab is to show piety, right? It's like to show submission in front of God. And you get to see them all covered up, but they have like all these expensive jewelry and all these expensive necklaces and stuff. And it's like, well, doesn't that defeat the point? Like, if the point is to like show piety and you're having like Gucci purses and iPhones, and you're having like all these expensive jewelry, is that pious? All of Asia is like this. Hashtag yes all. Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, it's wild. Can't they just parkour around the cars like it's an Assassin's Creed movie? Well, then they would look like ninjas, wouldn't they? Like then they wouldn't be like Arabian women. They would be ninjas if they can parkour around the cars. Matt, why don't we have these cars though? Like they look really cheap. How much is one of these buggies? What the fuck are they? Like they look kind of nice because I can carry stuff in them, but they have no door, right? Like if it's raining or if there's a storm, how did they manage to cover what's inside? Yeah, tuk tuk. Oh, it's called a tuk tuk. This is the horror of the road, by the way. Like right here. This thing, this device is the worst thing that God has ever made. Because the thing is, like, there is the possibility that they can just fall down. Like nothing happens to them, you know? No one runs into them. There's no hole on the ground. There's not. They can literally just fall down for no reason. Tuk-tuks are fucking scary. I rode with a guy's dad in Cairo, who gets to drive one around for fun because his friend owns one. Dude is old and can barely see and drove us the wrong way in traffic. Well, that's not the tuk-tuk that's scary. That's the driver of the tuk-tuk. Was this during COVID though? Because like everyone is masked up. Do you know that in COVID was the like India was I think like the only place on earth where the cops would beat you up? Like they had big sticks, and if they caught people breaking curfew, like they wouldn't fine them or jail them. They would just beat them up. And I like beat them up as in you know, over their face or head, like literally just spank their ass and legs. Tuk-tuks have no airbag? Huh. Like, the thing that I noticed just by watching this, I've never been to India, right? But looking at the high number of tuk-tuks and also bicycles and motorcycles, it tells me that the traffic and the roads are so congested and so shit that people would rather just buy a bike in order to be able to get around the traffic. Like, for no other reason. Well, why were you a cat and why are you ratting on your fellow man? I like that there is now oh my fucking god. Okay, look at this, chat. Look at this. See, this would be a great question for a driving school exam. Like, who has priority in this intersection? God. What is he doing? Like, he's not even running on a lane. There are no lanes, actually. There's no lanes. There's no traffic lights. And yet through, like, some mysterious... This is like a school of fish. Or a flock of birds. Like, everyone knows where they're supposed to go. It's almost like innate. It's kind of like evolutionary. You know, when you see a school of fish and they all know how to move in synonymity with each other? This is what we're seeing here. Right? Like, no rules, no traffic lights, nothing. It's just like... And for some reason, the intersection doesn't get clogged. I don't want to hear a single person making fun of Indian driving after seeing this. Like, if this happened in Norway or in Denmark or in Finland, hell, even in America, right? Like, if you had an intersection that had absolutely nothing, immediately you'd get, like, a couple of car crashes. You'd have, like, everyone hitting the brakes. Like, it would just flood the entire street, right? You'd get a traffic jam. But look at this shit. It's almost like perfection. Like they were born to do this. Like, the same way that you can't explain how a school of fish manages to move in synonymity and just dodge the shark and, you know, like, make all those intricate maneuvers that they do. You can't explain how these people manage to drive. Even as a libertarian, that's a little too extreme. No, well, you're not libertarian enough. I mean, honestly, it looks like the safest intersection in the world, right? Because, like, everyone that enters it knows that their life is at stake, so they pay the fuck attention. Like, after we saw all the previous videos where people run on red lights and shit, no one is running through this intersection. Look how civilized everyone is. Like, everyone slows down. Everyone looks around. What's up, Stats V? India has 1% of the world vehicles, but is responsible for 11% of the crashes. Well, yeah, but, like, do they count the tuk-tuks and the bicycles and shit? Because, like, from what I'm seeing, most people aren't driving vehicles. Most people are on bikes. Right? And so, I guess, like, if a bike gets into a crash, then it's considered part of the car crash statistic. Jacob Andrew, thank you for 25. While taking driving lesson, I remember this dude on a bicycle stopping next to me proceeds to yell, "We also exist in traffic," and runs the red light. Oh my god. Chat, read that super chat. That is... Why driving in India is stress? Oh, they have policemen. So, let's see. Two-wheelers coming on the opposite lane. And the policeman is like, "What do you guys eat?" Feel sad for the policeman, equally for the rule-abiding citizens. No, but, like, look, I'm not going to be harsh on them. Like, if this is how the streets look, I'm willing to bet if you went there and you tried driving, you too would crash. Like, it's fucking insane. Wait, why is this guy driving on the opposite side of the road? Look at this shit. Holy shit. No, I didn't see what just happened. Like, there's cars everywhere. Oh. Dude, this is hell. This is driving hell. Like, if you want to punish someone, you send them here. Yeah, seriously, like, imagine driving in this shit. Oh my god. How do you unfuck this, though? The thing that I like is that no one is honking. Like, everything is silent. I watch videos like this with sound. Everyone is silent because, like, this is normal. Dude, it's insane. There's no sidewalks. You got bicycles everywhere. You got motorcycles, and then you have tuk-tuks, and then a couple of cars and a tractor. Like seriously, go into a driving exam and give a student this this question. Which one of these cars has priority in the intersection? See what they're going to say. There's no traffic lights. There's no indications. There's nothing. How do they even know? Like look at this guy, right? Like the bikes The bikes are moving upwards. The cars are coming downwards. This apparently, like, this entire lane is supposed to be, like, for cars coming this way, right? Because, like, you have these ones that are going... I don't even know. Like, I don't get it. Chat, like, which is the correct side of the road? Shouldn't you drive forward on the right? There's no right side of the road. Everyone drives the exact way they want. I guess you need to have the feel of the road, right? Do you know what I like about England? I think this is where Sargon lives. They're absolutely obsessed, and I would even say they fetishize the roundabout to the point where you have like this atrocity, and this is literally where Sargon lives. I think it's in Swindon. But like, look at it. You have like one roundabout, and you have like 4 smaller roundabouts, and then you have like the roundabout that's the whole thing. It's fucking insane. Right? So like you have the one in the middle here. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have like the entire one, like the 5th. Yeah, I did dox Sargon. He lives in the roundabout. I just spoke with Smash JT, and I think we're going to be collabing tomorrow. So if you guys tune in tomorrow, that's what you're going to get. Alright, what is this? Okay, so apparently MrBeast is having a cartoon. No fucking way. Okay, look, chat. MrBeast new animated series, MrBeast's Lab, will officially be released October 26th. What the fuck am I looking at, chat? What? I can't wait to see what Jimmy does with this. MrBeast and Thea Boyson. How about a video game next? Make it like the 90s Sega game Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's, is it hypocritical to despise this fellow of the Jackie Chan adventures? Okay, you know what? Since this entire thing is probably going to get copyright claimed, I want to show you something, okay? Like, I want to show you something that I think is the most American thing that I've ever seen. Look at this, chat. This is real, by the way, right? Like, this is not a meme. This is not AI. This is an actual American TV show. Okay? So, like, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. And look here. This is the best thing that I have ever seen on the internet. Look here, Bigot.
Miles Peterson. A man who had it all. Wealth, status, success. Still, something was lacking. Miserable, alone, his spirit beaten, Miles Peterson gave up. Then, in his darkest hour, the words of a single book began to change his life.
Bible.
And at last, Miles Peterson felt the burning desire to know God. Inspired by the Word of God and equipped with unyielding faith, Miles pledged to fight evil in the name of God. As Bible Man.
Put on the full armor of God. Full armor sequence.
Oh, okay, chat. Listen. For once, I want you to do the commentary, cause I don't know what to say. But I'll say this though. I'll say this. It's still better than woke shit. Number one, it's original. I mean, you can't say they're copying it, right? Like, this is an original take, an original creation. And the second thing, they're actually trying to make it fun. Like, they're actually trying to make it entertaining. I should actually use AI so that it's not copyright and make it into a short. And instead of this guy, I would make it Jeff Bezos. You know, Jeff Bezos was a man who thought he had it all. Oh, Hassan Piker was a man who thought he had it all. Fame, women, popularity. For some reason, Hassan wasn't happy, and then you see him like falling on the ground and screaming. And that's when Hassan Piker has found the book. He's found God. And since that day, Hassan Piker is fighting for God against the forces of evil. Jesus. Yeah, or Destiny, like someone that knows how to use AI, right, to make some deep fakes. Like, make sure it's written as satire, so like people don't think that it's illegal or anything, right? Just make sure it's satire, and just have like you know, Destiny was a man that thought he had it all, women, fame, money, and still something was missing. Destiny was still unhappy, and then he falls on the ground screaming, and that's when Destiny has found the word of God. No, because Czech Uyghur is not fine. Czech Uyghur is actually a right-winger now, right? Like, he's defending La Christians, so... Jesus win because Bible man refuses to fight him, I see. Women, fame, money, Twitch violations. No, seriously, like, someone that knows how to use AI, like, there must be a program out there. Or a Photoshop or some shit, right? And just like put Destiny's face on Bible Man. And then use an AI to do the voice acting. Show the transformation scene. Wait, there's a transformation scene.
Breastplate of righteousness. Shield of faith. Helmet of salvation. And the sword of the Spirit.
This is the most American shit that I have ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm telling you, if you get like an Orthodox priest to watch this, he's going to have an aneurysm. He's going to wonder, you know, like, what heretical nation has spawned this shit? John Arrows would love this. No, there's no furries in it. He wouldn't love it. OpenAI is testing a new GPT-5 based AI, Agent Alpha. I just got the news about that. Here's the one that that I like. I don't think I can find it, damn it. They were like, oh, the Jesus action figure. Yeah, that's what it's called. I think it's got removed from YouTube for copyright strikes. But that one was fun. If If Bible Man gives Antifa nightmares, then I support Bible Man. I don't think he gives Antifa nightmares. Like, the whole thing with Bible Man is actually, I mean, it's not even a satire, but, like, if you showed it today, it would be a satire on corporate Christianity, right? Like, capitalist Christianity, the one that is not really about saving your soul, but more about commercialism. Which, you know, like, America was really great at doing with the televangelists. Even, like, co-opting Christmas. Like, Christmas used to be about prayer and stuff, and now it's about the sales at Walmart. So, yeah, I like, if I was a Christian, like, genuinely Christian, and I actually use Christianity for salvation, and, like, I'm worried about my soul and stuff, Bible Man is not something that I would show my kid, to be honest. Like, it's not something to be proud of. In fact, I, as an atheist, as a cynical atheist, would probably make stuff like Bible Man out of spite. It's like, oh, I'm not allowed to have violence and gore, and I can't make horror, and I can't make this and this and that because Christians are banning me. Okay, then I'll make Bible Man. I can't really show Bible Man clips because, like, they're copyrighted, I think, right? So I mean, I don't know. It should be fair use to show the intro of something, but if it's copyrighted, I might have to take the stream down. Show your kids Bible back and say it's Christ. I mean, what actually happened in America in the 70s, they had this moral panic. They call it the corruption of youth. No, sorry, the corruption of innocence. And it was like this interesting psychiatrist with a early life on Wikipedia that botched some studies and concluded that juvenile delinquency exists because of comic books, cartoons, and TV shows. And so, the real reason that juvenile delinquency was a thing back then is that World War II ended. And so, they had a lot of single moms. They had a lot of families where there was no father because he died in the war. And it led to juvenile delinquency. But instead of pointing out to that, they considered that it's the comic books that are making kids evil. And so there was like this huge moral panic. And back then, the obscenity laws were different. If you showed anything that the public would have found objectionable, then you could get fined or you can go to prison. So the comic books created the Comic Code of Authority, which was a self-regulating industry. It had like Christians in it, and you weren't allowed to show anything that had violence. You weren't allowed to show gore. You weren't allowed to show any story that has any type of nudity or implied nudity. Basically what it did is it destroyed entire genres of comics, like everything that had to do with horror, slice of life, romance. Like, none of those stories could be made. This is why America mostly has superhero comic books and nothing else. Unlike other countries, like, for instance, France, Japan, Greece. Like, they had a variety of comics back then. But America only had those. Because the Comics Code of Authority most of the time wouldn't give the seal of approval. And so without the seal of approval, the stores wouldn't sell, right? And you could make a comic and like no one would sell it. No one would publish it. And this shit lasted for like 20 or 30 years, and they completely infantilized that industry. Like, most of the comic book stories are pretty much infantilized specifically because of that. You know, like, you go to the island and there's Dr. Doom and he's got the Doom laser and shit. Like, there's no actual comics for adults in that period. There's nothing that, you know, has like serious context, like Attack on Titan, that makes like commentary or on world politics, or you know, something like a thriller or crime or anything like that. And once that breaks, like, people go insane because like they went into maximum degeneracy mode since they were suppressed for so many decades. But yeah. No, Comics Code is not pretty much ESRB. Like, it's got a lot of things in similar, but I wouldn't say it is. ESRB, they still allow, and they still were okay with stuff that was M for mature. Like, with ESRB, you could still have Mortal Kombat, you could still have GTA, you could still have all these things. You can't have adult only with ESRB, right? Because Sony wouldn't publish it, Steam wouldn't publish it. But the Comics Code of Authority, like, if you didn't get that seal, Literally, no one would publish it. So it's similar in a way, but not really. Hello, Nomad. Yeah, ASRB has an M rating, and the AO rating, if you get the AO rating, you're done. Like, you're done. No one wants to trade you, right? The only place you can put an AO game would be Steam, and maybe a couple of other websites that payment processors are already cracking down on it. So, like, AO video games and AO stuff is kind of like, yeah, not having the Comics Code of Authority. We had some BS rules under Park in Korea. During the era where we fought for freedom of speech, we got some really awesome comics, and you had to go underground to bookshops to get them as well. I think, like, even now, Korea is starting to make up some really good comics. Mangawa, I don't know how exactly they're called, right? But I see them treat a lot of interesting slice of life, erotica, comedy, romance, like a lot of stuff that normally you don't get to see, except in anime. So while Japan is becoming more and more restrictive with its free speech and freedom of creativity, it seems that Korea is picking up slack. They have like this weird censorship where I see this on manhwas, like if they have sex scenes, instead of the penis being censored, it looks like a bright white light. Like, it's the most weird censorship ever. It's like a shining beacon. And what I also found interesting, if you look at their hentai and their adult comics, the guy in the Japanese comics, in the Japanese hentai, is usually like incredibly soy, very timid, very shy. You know, if he sees a pantsu, he blushes. Meanwhile, the guy in South Korean hentai, he is incredibly assertive. He likes them bitches, like, that doesn't mind smacking asses and shit, like, he's extremely confident. Did you notice that? Like, I find this cultural divide very interesting about the Kubers, you know? Like, you can really tell if a story is from a Japanese hentai or a South Korean hentai just by looking at it. Manhwa is pretty censored. Yeah, but like the censorship, like they still have sex, but the genitals are censored, and like instead of seeing a penis, it's like a ray of light. You know, like it's drawn as incredibly shiny and emanates light. Are they arresting people for owning certain manhwa? So, if what I've read on the internet is true, and this is also what a South Korean told me, is that in South Korea they make absolutely no difference between CP, which has real people, and any type of manga or Japanese shit where you have like a 17-year-old girl. So like Naruto, My Hero Academia, like all of those stuff, right? So, like, if they catch you with that, it's literally the same as catching you with real-life CP. And the problem is, like, there's a lot of 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds that were caught with it. And then they were sent to prison, and they have a criminal record, and they're on the registry. And, like, to me, that's fucking wild, you know? Like, imagine your son being taken to prison because he was browsing the internet and was looking at some Japanese shit. And now he's in prison, and he's a sex offender. No one will hire him. His entire life is ruined. It's like, well, isn't that a little bit too much? But again, I don't know if it's true or not. This is what, like, some people from South Korea told me. Those arrests is why the last government lost and got replaced in South Korea. Okay, so it was true. Holy shit. That was a short period of the feminist government. They are pushing back against it. Yeah, I mean, it's not like jail because of Naruto, but like, imagine this, you're watching League of Legends pornography or some shit, right? And you get to see, I don't know, like, what character in League of Legends is 17? Okay, you're watching Overwatch porn, and you see Diva naked. And Diva, let's say, would be 17 in the lore, right? And then the cops knock at your door, and they arrest you, and you're sent to prison where you're treated like a child molester, and then you get back out, and you have like a criminal registry and shit. Now, with an adult is understanding, but like imagine it's your son, you know, like your son is 19 years old or something. It's just mind-boggling. Like, don't you think it's a little bit too much? Like, is a fine not enough? Korea is not far from UK lunacy. I think UK is not far from Korea lunacy, actually. Like, Korea does have more of a history and heritage in lunacy than the United Kingdom. I don't think it actually applies in Texas. I don't know. I don't know. Like, the law in Texas just passed, right? So, nobody knows for sure. I think, like, Texas we will know when there's a public scandal. Like, when there's something big going around in Texas. Like, let's say, a Comic-Con or a comic store that manages to sell, like, some shit that someone finds offensive and calls the cops. Like, that's when you're actually going to see what the law does. And once the law happens, like, I'm curious what Crunchyroll is going to do. Because, like, one of the biggest anime distributors is in Texas. And the law is written pretty vague. Like, you don't actually need pornography in order to be in a violation, so... I mean, piracy law is harsh in the United States, but no, people still use torrent in the United States. I have never heard the case. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't, but I've never heard of someone getting arrested for torrenting. Usually people get arrested for running the servers. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, right? But, like, my understanding what happens in European Union is that if you're in Germany or in the UK or some shit, and they notice irregular traffic, the ISP may send you a letter. And they will tell you to stop that shit. Everyone torrents, even the DMCA notices they sent our jokes. Well, where are you from? Because, like, different countries have different rules. Like, for instance, in Romania, like, it's kind of fascinating. Everyone torrents until they don't. I stopped torrenting because I have money, and so I'm buying from Steam. But, I'm looking at torrent websites every now and then just to see, like, what's being downloaded and stuff. And I noticed that woke games never get torrented. Like, they will, because it's funny when you see, like, the game journalists say, oh, well, you know, this game didn't sold because it's too expensive. Yeah, sure, okay, buddy. Yeah, but then you go onto the torrent websites and no one is downloading it either. Like... I personally got a call from my ESP due to torrenting. They would shut down my internet service if they saw me doing it again. USA. Yeah. Like, I know that in the West they do that. In Romania they don't. That doesn't, like, in Romania it's still illegal to torrent. So, I wouldn't advise anyone. Because, like, at any point they can decide to enforce a law. This is something that usually happens. Like, there's a law. It exists. But... it doesn't get applied, you know, like, police just doesn't apply it, they don't pursue it, until it does, you know, like, maybe you have a different police chief, maybe you have, like, a different prosecutor, maybe there's a directive from the European Union, like, something happens, and they say, alright, well, we need you to enforce it, and all of a sudden, you see people crying and getting upset, it's like, why am I in trouble? And it's like, well, you're in trouble because you've always broke the law, but it was never enforced, and now it is. Does the pirate site ever just delete stuff that no one downloads? I don't know. I don't think they do, but, like, if no one downloads it, then there's no seed. And if there's no seed, then technically, like, they become defunct by default. I torrented a Journey to the West TV drama today. Well, why are you coming forward admitting to crimes? I never used a VPN, would only... see, like, the thing with VPN, in the beginning it was cool, because, like, not a lot of normies knew about them, so they were kind of a niche thing. But now, almost everyone uses a VPN. And so, you end up in a thing where most of them are regulated. Right? And so, it is what it is. Anyway, chat, listen, tomorrow... around this time, I'm going to be streaming with Smash JT. So, if you put your clocks 1 hour from now on an alarm, it will remind you of the event. And hopefully, I'll see you guys there. Take care.